Hello, I'm Lenny McGill with the GlockStore Performance Center. Today I want to show you the magazine well and why it's a good thing to have on your handgun. First of all, most of you know that when you actually go to reload, you've got to take your magazine and place it into the magazine well. Just that easy, right? Um, in a competition environment, the reloads want to be fast and smooth. So, in order to facilitate that, we've developed, and they've been around for many years, what we call magazine wells. This is a magazine well, and basically, when you come to reload, you've got a bigger hole to start the magazine into the hole. Now, the technique for a reload is when you're out here, you want to bring the gun back to your face. Try not to do the reload out here because you're not as dexterous, don't have as much dexterity, should I say, that you do when you're close into your body. The other thing also, you want to bring that closer to your face so you can actually see the hole. And once you see the hole, you can insert and click it home. So the technique is that, but it has been proven that with a magazine well, you can actually perform faster and more consistently. And it also does one other thing that I feel is very important. The magazine well helps facilitate a proper grip and a consistent grip. If you really think about it, accuracy starts with the grip, all right? So if you're more consistent with the grip and you present the gun in the right way every time, more consistently, then you're more likely to be more accurate because accuracy is based upon consistency. So no matter how you get to point A to your target point B, if you can duplicate it on a consistent basis, then you're going to be accurate. And if you can do it with speed, you're going to be fast and accurate. So that's what we're talking about, is trying to be faster and more, to shoot faster and more accurately. And the magazine well helps me position my hand exactly where I want it to be. So when I get on it, if I'm too low, I know already. So I get on it, the mag forces my hand up high, especially on a Glock. I want to be as high as possible so I can control recoil and muzzle flip. And I just know where I'm at when I can feel that piece of the magwell. Second hand, same thing. Come back around, wrap it around, and I know exactly where I'm going with the magwell. Now, the other thing the magwell does is it helps reduce some of the recoil or jumpiness of the gun because there's an added weight to this. This is an aluminum piece that's been milled out on a CNC machine out of billet aluminum. And of course, like I said, I've got it here in the native format right now, in the silver format, so you can just kind of see the contrast. But I've got a black one here that I'm going to install on this other gun. Now, a couple things about the black ones are really nice. One, you can engrave your name on there. That's a custom engraving, or any other thing you can. We didn't put a logo on here. We want you to put your information on there. So it can be engraved. And they come with two different weight styles, or, so you can order it with a 4-ounce version, basically 3.9 ounces with the smaller weight, or a 6-ounce version with the larger weight. So that's two options you have. All right. The installation process is basically the same. I'm going to take my weight first, and I'm going to take this and slip it right into the channel that is in the grip at the rear of the gun there, and just drop it in. Now we have a self, well, should I say, a countersunk screw here that we're going to start in here to capture this thing into the spot. Let me get it lined up here. Okay, we'll get this guy started here. And the idea behind this screw is that you're going to be able to screw it all the way in and not have it stick out of the back to interfere with your grip. So I screwed in just enough so that it won't interfere with my grip back there. You can see that. So it's just below flush. All right. So there's the first installation process, is to put and capture the brass weight that goes in the back of the grip there. Now we'll take our magazine well, and we basically just pop it straight on top. There is a small trick here though. And what I want to do is I want to start this screw first that comes in from the back here. Okay, and I want to get this kind of started because it's going to help me flush this guy up. And so I want to start it before I push it all the way down, get it started in the hole. There we go. And now this is going to capture it onto the actual base of the gun itself. All right. And there we go. So now it's not going to come off. And that's about as easy as it gets right there. You can see it's on there. Gives me the grip I want. Also allows me to load magazines. You can see we've got our extended heavy base plate on here as well. So it seats itself nicely. It will work with the standard factory base plate as well. Just got to make sure you get up there and you get your palm up into there so you can actually seat it properly, okay? So if you don't get it seated properly because of the shape of the magwell, you know, the magazine will just fall out. So when you get up there to seat it, make sure you hear that click and make sure that it is in fact seated so that it won't come out unless you push the button, like so. All right. So the magwell, like I said, really serves multiple purposes in my mind. One is the extra weight of it will help tame some of the recoil and keep the gun on target. Now the theory there is this. It's kind of like when we were kids, we used to throw stones. You'd take a light stone and you'd throw it, and you couldn't throw it as far as you could that next heavier stone. For whatever reason, it was like momentum. Now, if you got too heavy of a stone, you couldn't throw that as far. But there's a fine line between being too light and not having enough inertia or momentum behind it, and being just heavy enough where you could actually get something behind it and it would go farther. Well, that's the concept here. This weight gives you the ability to push the gun just a little bit faster than you can when there's no weight in it. So the gun's jumping around a lot, and because you're pushing the gun faster with that extra weight, you're actually able to push it faster and more accurately from target to target. So that's one of the theories behind why this magwell is important. The other one, of course, is being able to insert the magazine in a fast and efficient manner and move on to the next target. And of course, one of my favorite, and probably in my mind one of the most important, is the actual ability to get a consistent grip based upon the magwell. I know where my hand's at when I'm on the holster. So when I'm looking at the target, come down, hands in the right spot, because I feel that magwell. Come back up, and I know exactly where I want to be when I'm mounting the gun and coming on target. And because I've got a consistent grip, because I'm presenting the gun right to my target, and then I can squeeze the trigger as soon as I'm ready to go. So that's our magwell. Don't forget, they are available in black, silver, blue, gold, red, and pink. And you can do your own custom engraving. Just call our guys or go on the web and make the notes, and we'll be able to engrave that for you and put on there whatever you want. So it is basically a custom pistol with your name on it. I'm Lenny McGill. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.